Hello, everyone. Hi, Faraz. We are on a live show.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, okay. You can call me Arif, by the way. I forgot to mention
Yes,
it.
Mr. Arif.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. So we have this live on our channel very frequently, I would say, to discuss about various aspects in around the world pertaining to various subjects, especially with regards to religious persecution that is being promoted by or which is being carried out by Islam, particularly. So today we are here to discuss about the persecutions that's being faced by the minorities in Pakistan, and I'm on a spree of doing about this, and I'm in touch with some of the persons from the Hindu minority community, and I'm yet to find one, but fortunately I have got you now, and as I say always, it's almost a year that I'm behind you, and finally I got you now. Okay,
Yeah. My
so thank you
pleasure,
so
sir.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
But
so
really sorry for this long delay.
it's okay. It's better to be late than be never. So yeah, so we have the situation when we are having this live show right now is at a time when in India we had a discussion about the Citizenship Amendment Act, and we were having a lot of debates over that. So it's like giving the or expediting the citizenship process for the minorities from Pakistan, Bangladesh, and some other countries where they will get a citizenship in India, um, and you have a preference, and it's something that's followed after the partition and the freedom struggle and all other things. So I'm not going in detail into those things, but before that, people are waiting, our viewers are waiting to listen to you, to hear your story, and regarding the scenario there, where the Christians, especially as a minority, that is facing some atrocities and persecution and genocide. I would say the Islamic genocide, I call that way. And so, shall we go?
Yes.
Okay, so over to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Arif Hussain, inviting me. My name is Faraz Pervaiz, and I'm Pakistani Christian. And I'm here in Thailand since 2014. My father name, my father, he is a pastor. His name is Pervaiz Roshan. So, what happened in Pakistan? Why we fled Pakistan? I would like to share with your audience.
Sure.
My father in 2006 organized Gospel Music and Peace Award show. My father organization named Hallelujah Evangelistic Association in Lahore, Pakistan, in which me and my other family and our friends and subordinates, we were actively involved. And in 2006, my father, Pastor Pervaiz Roshan, organized a Gospel Music and Peace Award show in Lahore and was subjected to pressure to cancel the event, as well to verbal threat uh, from the governor of Punjab, who requested my father to stop preaching Christianity
Hmm.
in any form. This was in 2006.
Okay.
But what happened in my when in 2009, November, yeah, 2009, I was actually traveling abroad, and luckily, unfortunately, why should I say luckily?
Mm.
Unfortunately, I met one person at airport, individual. I don't want to call his name because that really hurts me.
Hmm.
During my trip to Malaysia, one person, Muslim person, who tried to convince me to convert to Islam, but I refuse it. But during our discussion, that individual, he was a Shia Muslim, he threatened me that he will file a blasphemy case against me in Federal Investigation Agency in Pakistan. So during that conversation, when when we arrived in Malaysia. So he actually invited me to accept it. I just asked him a very normal question.
Mm-hmm.
The question was this, that when Muhammad got married with Khadija, neither Muhammad proclaimed that he is the prophet, nor he, announced that this is the religion, Islam, and all that. And that person was very excited before this question. Then, because in Malaysia there is no blasphemy charges or something against which is um, uh, the law which is in Pakistan penal code blasphemy law. But luckily at that time in Malaysia it was not.
Mm-hmm. Right now?
I have no idea, sir. I have no
Okay.
idea.
Sure.
But that time it was not. But now
Okay.
it seems very Islamic state. But from my point of view,
Mm-hmm.
and life was continue in 2011. Um, we were invited by one of organization which is called Save Humanity Organization. The Save Humanity Organization, the chief actually called my father, and he appreciated really our work that we organized a gospel music and peace award show in 2006. And this person who called my father in 2011, he wants my father to organize their award show, which was namely Benjir Peace Award show. They need our collab at that time. They need our collaboration with the national NGO that was a Save Humanity organization.
Okay.
So my father and we were, we were happily joined that organization to organize this Benjir Peace Award show.
Mm-hmm.
So when all the arrangements were done and everything happened, that the chief of the organization, his name, um, okay, leave it about his
Mm-hmm.
name, that he wants us to, uh, you know, uh, attribute to peace award to the Lashkar-e-Taiba chief, Jamaatul
Mm-hmm.
Dawa chief, the founder of Lashkar-e-Taiba,
Peace
Hafiz.
over to them.
Yeah, that peace award show. He want us to present it,
Oh.
but we denied
Mm.
because uh, according to the United Nations Security Council in 2005, in the allies of Al Qaeda, and is in the sanction list because Hafiz Muhammad Saeed is 26/11 Mumbai mastermind.
Yeah.
He was behind the Mumbai terror attack.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So because of refusing that, then the challenges and the problems started. And then uh, I was accused and put behind the bars. But when it comes to the court declares me innocent. But again, in 2013, a huge radical mob. They on 20th of June 2013, a huge radical mob. They were chanting outside my house the Islamic slogan to terminate me and my father, and they were, you know, that mob was very charged, and they wanted to kill us. Before this, the anonymous person, someone's, a terrorist or some person, unknown person, called me and they demanded me about 500,000 Pakistani rupees, and I denied to give them these, terrorists because we won't support these radical Islamic ideologies. So in the consequences of that, what happened that I was apprehended. I actually, when during this mob, when this radical charge mob, when they attacked our house, I made a rescue call to the police. Police arrived on the scenes, but police, instead of helping me, what happened when my family opened the door? The police entered with the mob, and that radical mob grabbed me and they torched me brutally. And the police was there, and at that time, my sister, she was visiting us. She was married. She was full term pregnant with the baby in her womb. And that charge mob pushed my sister. She was trying to save me from that mob. And that mob, they pushed my sister. And she flung there. And the baby in her womb, baby's shoulder was casted that time. So it was very painful, very, very painful for me and my family member. I was shocked when instead of helping me, the police apprehended me and they took me to the police station where they brutally tortured me. And they, when they were succeed, prove against me anything, they handed over me to the federal investigation agencies where they want to investigate me why we are spreading Christianity in Pakistan, why we are distributing this big money among the needy people, and then they, charge against me fabricated cases, and which was with the malicious intention. When I was in the jail for 6 months again, and I was brutally behaved there. Even the when we I got bails from the High Court, the Pakistani High Courts, and they declared me again innocent because those mob were unable to prove any activity against Islam or Pakistan that time. But this was the time that compelled me to learn more about Islam and the role of Islam. When I got the bails from Pakistani jails, then I started learning about Islam. I started reading books, and then I find out what exactly Islam is. When I start learning about Islam, what it's for the book readers, when you are reading something, you got notebook and the pen and you make your notes and the thoughts with the points. So exactly I did that. I start then before this I was released from the jail 23rd of December 2013. And that the person who accused me of blasphemy in Malaysia, he called my mother and he threatened my mother. He said that this time you were able to get your son bail out from the prison, but at this time we'll book your whole family under blasphemy sections, and your whole family won't be able to come out forever, and you will die inside. That was obviously that was the fear, because in that sick country where there is no respect of human beings and the human rights, so then we decided to left Pakistan, and that was very, for me it was a very painful that time. Because of the Islam, we faced too many challenges because of the radical ideology of Islam. Our whole lives destroy our wonderful organization, my family, and the dreams of my family for the future. When that time, when I was still in Pakistan, 2013, I slowly started criticizing Islam with the anonymous ID.
Mm-hmm.
I then started Twitter handle, Twitter account, Facebook,
While
and
in Pakistan.
while I was in Pakistan with the anonymous ID. Slowly,
Okay.
I already started that time.
Mm-hmm.
But upon arrival here in Thailand, when we arrived here I got opportunity because here is no blasphemy laws. Here is the
Okay.
freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of expression.
Mm.
Then we, uh, I openly started criticizing Islam and the role of Islam, especially the life of Muhammad,
Mm.
the whole 63, 64 year of his life, from his birth to until his death, the wars, the marriages, the concubines, the murders, every aspect of the dark side of his life.
Mm.
Then um, um, there was some pages on Facebook were very uh, notorious pages of that time,
Mm.
2014, that were very critical to Islam and the role of Islam. And a friend of mine and we got one book from Hindustan, from India. You know the
Mm-hmm.
book named Rangila Rasul?
Yeah. So you got
We
that.
we got that book Rangila
Okay.
Rasul from India.
Mm-hmm.
We friend of us, we translated that copy.
Mm.
Uh, Delhi. Now we get help from someone to translate it all,
Mm.
and we uploaded that whole book on social media, which was not very familiar with the Urdu native speakers at that time. So we started uh, sharing that book on social media.
Mm.
So people were curious about that, to learn about that, because now it was available in their own language.
Language. Yeah.
So, uh, 2014, 15, and 16, that was the peak time of criticism of Islam and the role of Islam, and the government of Pakistan gone mad against those people whom were, criticizing Islam heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And because it, most of us, four of us, we were here abroad. My friend, um, we were here. Three of them, they were in Pakistan. So until that, the government of Pakistan did not introduce any new law.
Mm.
So because of me and my friends whom were criticizing Islam, the government of Pakistan was in this position. Our criticism to Islam compelled them to introduce the new law.
Mm.
And then in 2016, the government of Pakistan introduced a new law, which is called PACA, Prevention of Electronic Crime.
Oh.
So that was in 2016 introduced. Because if they want to introduce that law, they won't be able to register any FIR against us.
Mm-hmm.
So that was very challenging time for the government, and the government, they're using whole machinery of its system, press media, social media, and the anchors were there who were uh, every day they were on air on national TV to broadcast programs against us, and there were some bloggers who were criticizing uh, Pakistan military establishment. Their pages were um, even very critical to the Pakistan military establishment. So in January 2017, few of them, those bloggers were apprehended by the state ISI, and they were brutally tortured. They were brutally tortured that time to them. But when they were presented in the courts, the state was unable to uh, prove against them that any charges of blasphemy, because they were criticizing Islam, or not Islam. I'm extremely sorry. They were not criticizing Islam. They were criticizing Pakistan military establishment and the corrupt system of that failed state. So what military establishment want that time? They want to. They were blaming them that these are the, because it was on their personal grudges, on the personal vendetta. They want to settle the secure that powerful military people. So when it comes to the court in 2017, um, the Islamabad High Court, during the court hearing, the High Court judge asked to the DG Director FIA Pakistan, Bashir Mehman, but he asked the question: if these accused are not behind those pages, those are very critical to Islam, then whom they are? Even I was not the admin of any of those pages. What happened that time? What I was posting on my timeline, my Twitter and my Facebook, within a few seconds, someone was copying and pasting on those pages.
Okay.
So, so, so when the High Court judge Justice Shaukat Aziz uh, asked the question to the in the court where the international media was there, when the um, Foreign Office Secretary was there, DG Director was there, ISI head was there, Pakistan, all agencies were there in that court hearing. And Judge Justice Shaukat Aziz asked a question to the DG Director FIA, Bashir Mehman, if these are not those persons whom are um, deliberately defiling Islam or law of Islam, then whom are behind these pages? Then the director of FIA Islamabad gives our name, and he said that these are the four persons whom are wanted and already escaped from Pakistan. And he in the court, he commented that the FIA Pakistan already in contact with the Interpol to arrest us and take back to Pakistan and punish us according to the Constitution of Pakistan, which is harsh punishment, life imprisonment. Then during that court hearing, DG Director FIA informed the court that 12,000 applications have been received against these accused, those whom are outside the Pakistan, four of us, me and my other co-accused in this case. 12,000 blasphemy FIRs, applications received from all across the Pakistan. But what I learned, the actual number was very high, not only 12,000. And 12,000 FIR are not even registered in the whole Pakistan since the law was introduced. This law was introduced 1986, 8, 9, and 10th of July. This law was introduced in a few seconds, where it takes to to amend normally amendment in any constitutional changes. In few hours they passed this law. But the first this blasphemy law was introduced against Ali Tashia 1979. So in that court, this was the comment by the TG FIA. And during that time, Pakistan PMLN government made a little changes in oath during the 2017 election bill. They replaced the word oath and declaration. So the Pakistan TLP of Pakistan, they get the plea of that because of that, and they were brought by someone, by a Pakistan military establishment to the D Chowk, Rawalpindi sitting. They were there on 8th of November. They were there, and they were demanding to the government of Pakistan to arrest those whom are criticizing Islam. This was the first sit-in of Pakistan, TLP, Tehreek Labbaik Pakistan.
Party, yeah. It's Imran Khan's, right?
Sorry, sir.
It's headed by Imran Khan?
No. This was headed by the Qadum Hussain Rizvi. Now, Qadum Hussain Rizvi's son, Saad Hussain Rizvi, he is the head of this.
That is Sunni faction.
No, Barelvi. They are Barelvi.
Barelvi, okay.
So they're very extremely radical. They are very, very radical because Islamization is the very, very critical and difficult tool to use against someone. So their demands were to the government of Pakistan that the minister, the minister of that time, a religious minister, Ministry of Religious Affairs, that should resign from his position, and government of Pakistan should arrest all the accused, those whom are out of Pakistan. So here the interesting thing happened that on November 14, 2017, government of Pakistan was compelled by the radical extremist, and the government of Pakistan issued a proclamation order, first ever in the history of Pakistan, under blasphemy sections, Pakistan Penal Code 295A, 295B, 295C, life imprisonment, death penalty. That was against me and three of my other co-accused. And that was published in all Pakistan mainstream media, Dawn News, Jam, Express. And that proclamation order was presented to that in that sitting to disperse all the radical mob, but they didn't move from there even a single inch. And then it was continued life threat against us. And then in 2018, the Geert Wilders, Dutch member of parliament.
Yeah. Geert Wilders, yeah.
Yes. So Geert Wilders, he announced Muhammad Khatun contest. So openly I supported him. I supported him while using freedom of expression and freedom of speech. Everybody wants to know, everybody wants to learn that how that person looks alike. So I supported that cartoon contest, which was approved by their anti-terrorism agencies of Netherlands. And again, the Pakistani society went crazy against me and my family and my organization. And they led first protest um, in front of embassy of Netherlands. Their demand was very clear. They demanded um, to arrest me and my family or to kill us wherever we are. They were carrying our posters, me, my father, my families, and even my church poster, The Refuge of David. And they were demanding there in front of Netherlands embassy. And then again, TLP, Tehreek Labbaik Pakistan, they led a protest on 29th of August 2018 from Lahore to Islamabad. And again, their demand was very clear to expel the ambassador, Netherlands ambassador from Pakistan, and get back your ambassador from Netherlands to Pakistan, and arrest all uh, the person, those who are speaking against Islam or supporting this cartoon contest. This was the TLP they started, and that protest, the Tehreek Labbaik Pakistan protest, was supported by that time newly elected PM, Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan. Imran Khan openly supported them,
TLP.
and yes, TLP protest, and he stated that I, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and the TLP are on the same page. So this was very clear narrative by him because he wants to save his position. He was trying to save his position. And then during the same time, uh, 31st of August 2018, that time Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi um, held a press conference, and he uh, claimed that time that he already contacted with the United Nations against all of my friends and me, and to stop us.
Okay.
Yes. Then slowly, the time passed. Then Asia Bibi was acquitted by Pakistan Supreme Court. We were supporting her since she was apprehended by the Pakistani government under false blasphemy accusation during, in their field work. So before this, in 2018, uh, Jamaatul Dawa, Hafiz Muhammad Said organization, they in 2018 they already announced my head bounty, which was 10 million Pakistani rupees. Then TLP issued with thousands of people, thousands, uncountable people. They led a protest in Pakistan against me, and they issued my head bounty, which was again 10 million Pakistani rupees. And then again, in 2019, in the beginning of 2019, the plaster were pasted all across the various cities in Pakistan, even in the capital city. And outside the Lal Masjid, Lal Masjid, which is a Taliban sympathizer, and then outside the Ministry of Religious Affairs, if you uh, visited my ex profile, find our background.
Your cow photo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is outside the Ministry of Religious Affairs, and they announce someone, individual, non-state actor announced 10 million Pakistani rupees.
Okay. So total 30 now.
So total is for 500,000 US dollar by head bounty by all these
Okay.
um, state actors, non-state actors, and then in In then again in 2019, one of one of Muslim women
Mm.
whom we were helping because she used to come at our church every Sunday service, and we give her help to
Mm.
pay her house rent, to buy food for her orphan kids. But that lady,
Mm.
she disclosed my location, and she make a video and invited jihadis from all across the world to come here
Okay.
where I am, come and kill me and my father because we are blasphemer. We speak against Islam.
And you were helping her.
While we were helping her to pay
Mm.
her room rent, she was Muslim refugee.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then in
That
2019,
that's in Thailand.
yes, sir.
Okay.
So again, in 2019, I was attacked brutally by the Muslim groups of refugees. They
In
tried to,
Thailand.
yes, in Thailand, they want
Oh.
to terminate me. Yeah,
Hmm.
they wanted to kill me. But luckily, I tried to escape and run from there. there. And then life continued with all these hurdles. Then again, from Pakistan, different radical mobs and individuals and organization, they continue with like threats to announce my head bounties. And then again, Tanzim Al Sunnat, they they announced my head bounty. Then a protest against me, anti-blasphemy protest in Rawalpindi, where they led a protest against me, Charlie Hebdo, and Emmanuel Macron. That was in Rawalpindi. The impact was of that protest was that was by TLP and other organization, Jamaat Islami, and then Jamaat Islami led a protest against me.
Mm.
Every Pakistani Islamic organization, every individual wants to kill me.
What about Ahmadis? Are they in the
Now,
picture?
that is an other dark side.
I just want to know more about them.
They already registered a blasphemy FIR against me
Against you?
in Pakistan,
Okay.
while they are
Themselves.
facing this law against them.
Themselves. Yeah. That's what I was curious about. Okay.
And then um, uh, you know, Jamaat Islami, JUIF, they led a protest in Karachi in Sindh.
Hmm.
That was very massive, where they demanded to behead me.
Hmm.
They
Sar,
led
that Sartan se Juda. That call.
Sultan exactly, sir.
Yeah.
And that was in Karachi. There is no any city or province
Hmm.
left behind who not led protest against me, and their demands are very clear: to kill me,
Okay. What
arrest
about the
me.
yeah, what about the Sufi organizations? These Bareils
Sufi,
are.
the Brelvis are Sufi.
That's what.
That's
No,
they are
no,
Brelvis.
yeah,
They
nobody. No,
TLP continuously chasing me. They are
yeah,
Sufi. They call themselves something Sufi.
Bareils. Yeah, that's what. See, always people always think that Sufis are so peaceful, music lovers, and
Oh, come on,
beautiful
sir.
things, and
No, no,
yeah.
no,
So,
no, 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 no.
so the real
Pakistan
picture.
Muslims can't be peaceful, sir.
Hmm.
You have
Sufis,
no
even the
idea.
Sufis, even the Sufis.
You have no idea how this, uh, society was radicalized in the name of the honor of Muhammad and in the name honor of because they use Islamic, uh, podium, the
Hmm.
mosque podiums in their native language. They
Hmm.
poisonize them.
Okay. So now I think you have come across almost uh, all of your experiences by this time.
then on 2021,
Mm.
8th of January 2021, Pakistani court, um, anti-terrorism first class court, again issue perpetual arrest warrant my companions. This is my little introduction, not all. And the latest head bounty was issued 26th of May. Uh,
This May.
yeah, 1 month
Oh,
before.
okay.
26th of May
Uh,
2024 by TLP, Radical Islamist.
again.
I
Okay.
was we were hosting one space where we openly show our support
Mm-hmm.
uh, for the Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and where we were encouraging Christians all across the world to support morally and spiritually to Israel, because what Hamas did to the innocent people on October 7th, that is that is brutality, that is terrorism. That is not resistance. Rape is not resistance. Innocent people were killed there in the name of religion.
And they are still, the hostages are with them, getting
And
raped.
every day we are praying for the hostages for their safe comeback. And when on 7th of October, when I saw that videos, after 7th of October, I kept this my beard.
Okay. I have a very intriguing question here. That is something, after listening to you, all your audios that you have gone through, have you ever applied for an Indian citizenship?
No, sir, no, not yet.
Why? Because you take this perspective. Okay, you are a minority from Pakistan, and I am a person belonging to the minority in India. Okay, and you know the difference. You know how it goes here, and still people all over the world, they are just saying bullshit against the Indian system, where they are saying that the Muslims are getting eliminated, they are facing genocide and whatever things that they say. I don't really know how to make them understand how we live here. And even when you say all this, even when you are facing this head bounties and you're getting chased, I know when we were talking, you are not even ready to disclose your exact location, as far as I know. Anyway, that's what I was not asking you either. So, uh, for me, doing this activity here, even you might have seen some of the ex-Muslims here, they are not showing their face always. Ex-Muslim Sahil is there, then some Samir is there. You might be knowing some of them. So
I'm
I,
extremely sorry. I have no idea about those
okay,
ex-Muslims because
that's a
uh,
growing, that's a
but
growing
that's good.
community.
That's
Even in
good.
Pakistan, we
That's good.
have.
That's
Yeah,
good, sir.
yeah. Even in Pakistan, you have Adam Seeker and some other people. And last day, I just met a YouTube channel where ex-Muslim women from Pakistan. That's the name of the channel, and it's all females, women sitting over there and blaspheming Islam openly, without showing the face, but with a voice, for sure. So that's happening now in Pakistan, and we have seen many other news reports where almost 10 lakh Muslims leaving Islam, and the ulema there, they are crying in front of the TV cameras, and that's getting broadcasted, and that's what we see today. So that's matter of years that has brought this change in Pakistan, that blasphemy and Islam, all these things are going down the rail now, down the drain now. Okay, so that's what we see
No, in
today.
Pakistan, it is not going, the backwards.
Okay,
It is.
what's your opinion?
It's on the peak of its time. Islam, the ideology, Islamization is on the peak. Every person is totally radicalized.
Okay.
Totally radicalized as Islamization is, as I told you. Everyone is showing that. You ever seen the cricket? Let me give
Yeah,
you one example. You
sure.
know, Pakistani cricket team is not the sportsmanship. It's
Hmm.
about all about Islam. When they
Okay,
are
how's that?
coming to the ground, they are offering prayers.
Hmm.
When they finish their speeches, when they are called by the end of matches, they are called to share their thoughts. Even they are
Okay.
not able to speak about their own performance.
Hmm.
When they are coming, Alhamdulillah, Mashallah, all this nonsense. You are there to play, and you
Okay.
are not able to show your strategy in the
Hmm.
ground, how you were performing.
Yeah.
What
So,
was your priority over there? Your priority was there to
mm,
play cricket, to not
okay.
preach.
A few of the
They
players
are,
that.
actually, they are preacher, Islamic preacher. Whenever
Mm,
they got chance, Muhammad Rizwan and
mm,
uh, the other boy, Babar Azam.
mm,
In this World Cup 2020, while they were playing in America, New York City. So before 3 days, they had a conference about Islam, about the
mm,
role of Islam, and they were preaching their Islam. They were
mm,
not there to perform.
mm,
So they the very special sector. Actually, they all of them are the Deoband,
mm, mm.
Deoband Muslims. Most of
Okay.
them. Yes, sir.
I was just searching for a name. I don't remember the exact name. There was a Christian player in Pakistani cricket team,
Muhammad
and
Yusuf Yohana.
Yusuf Yana. Yeah. Okay. So and
Now Muhammad Yusuf.
yeah. Okay. So he converted, right?
He already converted
Yeah.
Deoband
So
sector.
was that something a normal conversion or some sort of a coercion behind that?
Conversions are not normal. It
Okay.
is, yeah,
But
conversions.
how did he survive as a Christian for at least for a few years in that Pakistani cricket team as a Christian
They were continually working on him. They were
to convert?
continually, yeah, convert, and they
Okay.
by the time they were succeed, because they, of course, he loves luxuries. He loves the fame. No one wants to leave anything. If they
Johanna.
were approaching, yeah, if they
Okay.
were approaching him, they show their interest to converted him. So he should leave now.
Mm-hmm.
But he betrayed on his faith. Instead of stopping them, he just betrayed
So okay.
his own faith.
Okay. So he just sold his faith for money.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So while listening to uh, all your story, we had a few questions. I think most of them are cleared by now. So there's no point in raising it again. So just I
No,
think
please
we.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, no,
Actually,
no.
my whole story is not in front of you, but I just give you some idea.
Yeah,
And
let's see. For In fact, we had heard about the story of Asia Bibi, and we had made a lot of presentations here in our talks, and we always mention about that. So to explain or to give a clue about how this persecution of the minorities happen in Pakistan, and even very recently we heard about some of the attacks that were falling upon some of the Christian groups and some other people. Even yesterday or day before yesterday, we happened to see another Hindu family getting attacked. So between that, you were giving us a timeline, and in the beginning, you mentioned about you were traveling or you were meeting a Pakistani friend who was trying to convert you. From that point, you were starting your.
he was not my friend. He was not my friend. He
Oh,
was just
okay.
a person who was
And he
waiting
was a.
in.
He,
I was waiting in the launch area at
okay, and he was a
airport.
Pakistani.
Yes, he was Pakistani, and he
Okay.
approaches me that he was
Oh,
not my friend. He
so
just
even without any kind of acquaintances, any knowledge about who he is, he directly happened to proselytize Islam upon you. Was that
yes,
happened
I was actually sitting alone, and he just approaches me that
on
this
an
time.
airport launch?
Yes,
Oh, okay. So, in that way, would you say this way that conversion is always one way in Pakistan, and there is no freedom of propagation of religion in Pakistan?
Yes, sir. It's all one-way traffic, sir. It's all
Hmm.
heavy one-way traffic. Not only traffic, heavy jam traffic one way. There is no way to escape.
Okay, so is this something that is against what is mentioned in the Constitution of Pakistan, or is it exactly what it is that they are doing?
They
Is
they
there
are
a
they are showing actually the face of their constitution.
okay?
Constitution itself is very discriminatory against religious minorities in Pakistan.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you won't accept any good protection from the Constitution. Constitution
Mm.
is actually committing
Mm.
uh, discrimination and the persecution against religious minorities, even against the ethnic groups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's very
Okay.
clear.
So, since you are a man, we are missing out an important aspect, that is sexual predation, uh, abducting these girls, women, raping them, then forcefully converting them and asking for ransom and other things. Could you please give some light onto that kind of activities that is faced by these minorities, sexual predation and rape culture?
Rape culture is very common in the Pakistan because whatever they are doing
Mm.
and whatever they did in the past, even the sexual
Mm.
predations targeting members of religious minorities, especially Hindus,
Mm-hmm.
Christians, they are their favorite subject for the majority Muslims, and
Mm-hmm.
is the widest spread problem in the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Young girls from minority communities are often um, abducted,
Mm.
raped by the groups, not individual person even, and
Okay.
forced into marriages and conversion. And
Okay.
there are uncountable cases that I reported on the X, which people
Mm-hmm.
can go and
Yeah, I've seen some of them. Yeah.
you seen that.
Yeah, yeah, and by seeing them, and by sharing them, that's how I came into touch with you.
Thank you. So,
Yeah.
uncountable cases that I reported, but the actual number is likely higher due to the underreporting and the social stigma. People, most of time, the people are afraid, and
Mm.
the effects to address this includes the advocacy by the human rights organizations and the legal battle and the support from the uh,
Okay.
segment of the civil society. But you know, it is very terrible. Even uh, if you are a Hindu and a beautiful girl, we have seen many beautiful young Hindu girls who were raped in their when while they were studying in their hostels, university. They were taken. Then after rape, they were murdered. And this year, alone this year, in, I forget the date, in month of February, one very young age girl, 6 year old, a girl, she was abducted by the Muslim group, raped, and even
Okay.
until today, she's missing.
Mm-hmm. And I'm following one group from Sindh region. They are fighting against this missing girls who were taken by some of these forceful conversion mafias over there.
It is very important to support that group,
Mm.
those who
Yeah,
are raising awareness
yeah, yeah.
about the
I'm
rape.
I'm in touch with them. Maybe very soon they will
Please,
be. Yeah, we'll be talking
we
to them
need
as
to
well.
support them. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. So, and when you say this, that is forceful conversion, rape, and then getting married onto some persons. Uh, the normal Muslims, especially what we call as moderate Muslims, do you meet them even in Pakistan who oppose that by saying that there's no forceful conversion in Islam, there's no such a thing in Islam? And how do you take that?
I want to give you one example. This year in Quetta, um, in the month of May, one of innocent Hindu family, they were taken to the mosque and forced to convert to Islam. And I uploaded that video as an evidence, documented that event. And the commissioner of Quetta, he was commenting that this was the not forced conversion without investigation. You can, I can share with you that evidence. The commissioner himself, he was without investigation. The girl was too young. She was teenager, around 12 to 13-year old, and she was reciting the Shahada. They forced that whole
Very
family
recently.
to,
Yeah, very
yeah,
recently we saw that.
yeah. So you, and without investigation, the commissioner was saying this was not a forced conversion. The family happily they come uh, to accept Islam, but nobody wants to accept Islam. People are compelled, people are forced, and forced conversion, particularly, of Hindu girls and the Christian girls, are serious issue in Pakistan. But these cases often, involve abduction, again forced marriage, the very minor age girls, from 9 to 15, and until married women. We have seen and documented all these things, and
Okay.
coercions to the convert to Islam. Sorry.
It's okay.
And tactic use, including the threats of violence against the individuals and their.
Have some water, please.
Sorry, I'm extremely sorry.
Yeah, have some water, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tactic use, including threat and the violence against the individuals and their families, and social and economic pressure, and sometime, not sometime, mostly I've seen in the courts the legal manipulations to validate the forced marriages and the conversions. And if you gone through with the UN report this year, we we are talking about this more than 1,000 Pakistani Hindu girls only. Christians are separate. 1,000 Pakistani Hindu girls forcibly converted to Islam each year. And UN, United Nations, already reported on it. And I believe it is worth mentioning that this was not the first time when the people like me and you raise their voice against the atrocities on Hindu girls. In fact, on several occasions, the United Nations emphasized the reports, the people like me and you, those whom are reporting, and the media reports, which claims more than uh, 1,000 Hindu girls forcibly converted to Islam. So girls, generally, what happened in Pakistan, in interior sin especially, interior sin, um, what are their patrons? They kidnap, and by the uh, you know by these Deoband Muslims.
Mostly the
And
Oband.
yes,
Okay.
they Deoband and the Brailvis,
Oh, all
they
are there.
they they taken them, very young girls, very young girl, on their very teenage. They taken them, and most of the time they are taken by the powerful Muslim landlords
Okay.
as the payment of outstanding debts by their um, farmhand parents, and the police often look at other way. Once converted, the girls are quickly married off to an aged Muslim person.
Oh,
And
that's a pattern.
yes, and often, the older men or their abductors, young age abductors. So early this last year, the United Nations High Commission for the Human Rights in the statement urged Pakistani government to objectively to investigate these acts in the line of domestic legislation and international human rights communities to hold these Muslim perpetrators accountable. But no one is there um,
Okay.
to listen. No one is serious to take any action against them.
So this pattern is so worrying that so the abductors are always youngsters. That's what you mean.
No, no, no. All age, all age.
All age. Okay, and
There is no. There
they
is
are
no. There. Please go ahead.
so they are taking these children, these young girls or women, and they are raping, and then they are converting, and then they are selling it off to another person to get married.
Of course, yes, yes. Yeah.
Is it that's a kind of sale that they are doing?
This is same pattern like ISIS. If
Okay.
you have an idea, they're doing
Yeah, yeah.
same practice of ISIS. The way ISIS was doing it, they are still doing that. This is the same pattern. They taken minor teenage girls, they converted them, and then they, one hand to another, then other.
So what
This
happens to these girls after marrying that older man and after starting living there?
no one knows, sir. No one
No one
knows
knows.
because
Okay.
families have no access with the innocent girls.
Oh, so once gone, it is a total
It is gone. It is gone.
dark. It is gone.
Yes,
So that child
dark,
is lost.
lost identity, lost body, and nothing is there.
No touch with her. So,
No.
sorry for if I'm asking and if it offends you, but I just wanted to know, do you have any experience from your close family circle where you have experienced this, like losing a family member like this?
Actually, since 2016, I'm not in contact with my relatives back in Pakistan because of
Are they
my
safe
situation.
there?
I
Okay.
have
Are
no
they?
idea. I'm totally, uh, you know, uh, thought everybody since
Your
20.
parents?
My parents are with me. They are
Okay.
with me.
Okay. So, while you were in Pakistan, that's what I was asking. Like, do you have any instance of someone from your family getting abducted like this and getting forcefully converted and selling it off and totally gone?
No, luckily,
This
we were not.
okay, but you have someone in your close friend circle and neighborhood.
That I have seen a lot, sir. I have seen
Okay,
a lot. Uh, I, I, I
that's
even it is very painful when I talk about those incidents and conversion.
yeah, yeah. I know. I know. Sorry for that.
It really hurts me.
Really, that hurts. So, moving on, we usually mention about a genocide, something that is that's the word that we always use. So, we had a recent report published by some bodies. They did a research and they were coming up with some interesting survey report, and that mentions that in India, the minority here that rose by almost 43% in the
Uh-huh.
Indian subcontinent region, and while in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, and all other regions, the minorities were going down. So, in fact, if there is a genocide happening, it is happening in Pakistan. So, by how can I explain the kind of ethnic cleansing or the genocidal actions that is being caused upon you? So, how is that going on there?
It is very clear, sir. Decreasing the population, that is a systematic ethnic cleansing. When they are taking all the young Hindu girls from the age 6 to or until old age. So what is that meant? That is clearly ethnic cleansing. The population of religious minorities in Pakistan is clearly declining
Yeah,
due to
that's
the combination of the factors, including the big factor, I must say, the forced conversion and
okay.
targeted violence and the social and economic marginalization. When you have nothing to eat and they are
Okay.
coming to you, Muslims are coming and offering you some money and food, and they compel you in the name of Islam that we will help you. If you will accept our offers, we're gonna help.
So on
And
a
and
yeah.
and and the migration in search for the safety and other opportunity. So Hindus, what have Hindus are flying to India if they got any chance, but unfortunately they are very poor, very very poor. Even they have no um, food on their table twice a day. So systematic ethnic cleansing can be seen in the context of ongoing harassment and the threats leading to a steady outflow of the minorities communities. So seeking refuge in other countries. Um,
Okay.
very out of 100,000, maybe five families, Christian families, and if we're talking about Hindus,
Yeah. Uh,
about 5,000 yearly, they are fleeing to India or other
okay.
neighboring countries to.
I also ask you, honestly asking you if you have any chance by which you can move into India. We are ready to accept you. We have the laws in
Thank
place,
you, sir.
and
Sir,
you
I
can,
love,
yeah,
I love, I love, I love India.
yeah. And we recently we have a
Very
new law
strong,
in place. Yeah,
I
new
have
law
very
in
strong
place.
desire to visit India. I love that beauty, especially in
Okay.
hill stations. My strong desire to visit.
But there are some problems in that because there's some time limits and some other aspects are there in that law. But you can still try applying, and it's even more considerate, and you will be safe here. That's what I would say, because we are
Oh,
safe here as a minority. So obviously, you also will be safe
you
here
are still
than anyone
minority,
else.
right?
Yeah. So that won't be a big issue here. And
All
moving
right.
on, yeah, and moving on. So when you were facing all these things like forced conversions, forced abductions, and getting raped, getting sold to some unknown persons, and your child or your sister getting lost in wilderness, into the dark, no contacts afterwards, all these in the name of religion, done by some people in the name of religion or using the religion among the Muslims. That's what you were mentioning all over until now. So when you were facing all these and when these things are going on in Pakistan, have you ever experienced a situation where some people among the Muslims coming forward and standing by you, or some people from the clerics or the ulemas, the leaders of Islam, coming forward and objecting those people who are committing all these things and trying to stop them? If they have done such things, what how they were getting the response from the people who were actually doing this, and how are they now? So what's your experience in getting a defense or a protection from these miscreants among the Muslims for you?
Oh, no, no. They want support the victims. They already stand by the perpetrators, and because they want to support Islam, not the Hindus or Christians. Because
So you mean to say that you haven't seen a peaceful
no,
Muslim?
I haven't seen any example. I haven't
Okay.
seen in my whole life any good example where these mullahs set any president for me to appreciate them. No,
Normal Muslims, neighbors,
no, sir, not at all, sir.
they were all against you.
They are all against you when it comes to. their faith, when it comes to the Islam, when it comes to um, the dignity of their Islamic prophet Muhammad.
So you lost faith in Muslims as people?
What I had experienced in my whole life,
Mm.
you have no idea, Mr. Arif.
Yeah, yeah.
You have no
I was
idea.
listening to you.
They
I'm
destroy my whole life. They destroy my life.
okay.
Because of them, we are here.
So even if a Muslim is good with you, your family, and
Muslims
even
are
that,
not good. Muslims, in my whole life, I never seen a single Muslim person to be the good person to anyone.
okay. While back in Pakistan, have you seen a Muslim who was good with you, with your family, visiting your home, sharing food, or some all, and then suddenly changing against you?
They always opposite side against
Mm.
you. They can't be your friend.
So you don't. I'm not just asking about you, but all the minorities living there are they having the same opinion like you?
So actually, the problem is they have many compulsions there
Mm.
while they are there. They cannot express. They cannot speak up. There are limitations. There are fear to get
Even
killed
they
by.
will be getting attacked. Is that the reason?
Yes,
Okay.
there's
Along with you, even they could get tossed, set ablaze.
everything. So
Okay. So this is so horrific, and uh, in fact, while seeing all these things and hearing all these, still, if a person tries to uh, fear Islam due to all these reasons, again, he is called as an Islamophobe. So how would you take that? Do you believe in Islamophobia?
it is actually introduced by the Muslims.
Mm.
So Islam, what is Islamophobia? It is actually introduced by the Muslims after 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nonsense. Where is Christian phobia?
Mm.
Where is Hindu phobia?
Mm.
When they are in minority, they use this term Islamophobia. We have seen in England what they are doing. We had an experience with that. When they when you ask them to follow the rule of the country, then they accuse you that, oh, this person is Islamophobia. When you ask them to remove your veil and niqab, they are accusing you, oh, this person is Islamophobe. So
When you when you
Islamophobia,
when even when you narrate your problem, they might accuse you that you are creating Islamophobia, right?
yes.
Okay.
When they asked uh, yesterday
Mm.
In France, a European country,
Mm.
they burned a church,
Mm-hmm.
and then in Spain, they killed one innocent Spanish person, three
Mm-hmm.
Moroccans, and people were protesting outside uh, the Moroccan embassy or Moroccan houses to arrest them. And people on social media, they were um, highly
Mm.
campaigning against them that, oh, all these people are Islamophobe, they are a fear of this and they are fear of that. So this is introduced by Muslims itself.
Mm. Okay.
So Islam, Islamophobe, we have no, fear of Islam.
So it's
Simple
like a
as this.
joke so it's like a joke in front of you when someone says that you are an Islamophobe,
Prove me
right?
with the evidence and argument.
Okay, that's a great
Prove
question,
me.
and I think
Prove
I
it.
will make this into
Prove
a
it.
short and
Prove
okay.
it. Or otherwise, I will prove you that um, how your radical teaching is,
Mm. Okay, and you are
how
the living
your
example.
Islam and how your Islamization, working through you.
Mm. In fact, I'm trying hard to get one person from Afghanistan to talk like this, like who have experienced Taliban, a Muslim who have experienced a rule under Taliban. That will be even more interesting than yours. Like even being a Muslim, what might he might be going through. We are hearing all over. So, coming on to another aspect, that is, you have now initiated your fight against blasphemy laws. Your last day when I was calling you, you were traveling and you were meeting some refugee event and some other things. So, could you explain what your kind of works that you are doing now and how is it helping this movement against eliminating blasphemy laws?
Okay, before going to elimination, I want to explain you actually what blasphemy law is. And there's some incident that happened in Pakistan against innocent Christians and Hindus and other religious minorities. Actually, trying to create awareness that this society needs to be de-radicalized because people are weaponized, already weaponized with the literature they use from the Quran and the Hadith and other their own made books. So the blasphemy law in the Pakistan, are frequently used and target um, religious minorities.
False accusations, even.
Yes, false accusation, and can lead to severe consequences, including we have seen on 25th of May 2024 for mob violence, life imprisonment, even death. If you know about very a notable case, Anwar Kant, he is a Pakistani Christian, is in prison and is sentenced to death for blasphemy, for the alleged blasphemy, which he did not commit in 2001. So, Mr. Kent was arrested after he was accused of writing a letter, and his letter was, considered as a blasphemous towards the Islamic prophet of Muhammad and the Quran. So the Kent was charged with deliberately insulting the Muhammad under Section 295C, Pakistan Penal Code, and 2002, a court in Lahore sentenced Kent to death and fined him about 5 million Pakistani rupees. And after he pleaded, guilty, and then we seen that Shama and Shahzad, Pakistani Christian married couple, a Christian couple who were lynched by again a mob after being falsely accused of uh, um, desecration of the Quran, according to them. But luckily, they were safe that time. And then we have seen that in 2009, Gojra town, and we have seen the Joseph Clooney in Lahore, 2013, with the Christian, totally Christian neighborhood. In these areas, dozens of houses belongs to Christians were torched, and inhabitants, were forced to flee for their lives by the Muslim mobs over the accusation of the false blasphemy
Okay.
by the member of the Christian community in Pakistan. And the accusation of blasphemy is a grave matter due to the lack of straightforward path of exoneration, despite the absence of
Evidence.
concrete evidence. The lower courts in the Pakistan, The judges frequently, experience a pressure uh, to deliver guilty verdict against the accusers of blasphemy case. So, in Pakistan, the main issue is that you face in the general, minds with the court, that especially after, the Salman Taseer, who was the governor of Punjab.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
Okay, Salman Taseer was murdered. That
Hmm.
it is the matter that he,
Okay.
uh, has become so sensitive that nobody really wants to touch. So there were two kinds of judges in the Pakistan. Judges in the blasphemy field, those who genuinely have their hands tied behind their backs because there is live threats, but there is a fair amount of lawyers, prosecutor, and judges who are making a name for themselves by sentencing these innocent blasphemy convicts. Even if the person is eventually acquitted after being false accused of blasphemy and spending years in a jail, it does not guarantee to return to the normal life um, free of persecution. In the eyes of the public, an accused blasphemer is still viewed as a guilty and can be risk uh, vigilant and non-state actor violence. And
Okay.
if you remember in
Even when you
2000,
get, sorry, this happens even when if you get acquitted of your accusation of blasphemy, you are released from your prison. Even then, you should live under the fear that you might get attacked anytime.
let me give you one example of acquitted.
Mm.
In, in, in 2019, a court acquitted a Christian couple who had been sentenced to death and they spent 7 years on a death row for allegedly committing blasphemy. And the couple was declared innocent and released. And their lawyer requested that the security measures to be taken to ensure their safety and said that if they are released and are in a public, they will be killed.
Yeah.
This was the comment of their law. You remember Asia Bibi,
Yeah, yeah. That's
a
what I was
Christian
mentioning.
woman who
Yeah.
was accused of making alleged derogatory remarks about the Islamic prophet of Muhammad
While
during an
over
argument.
some issues with drawing the water from a common well, and
Yes, and was subsequently charged with the blasphemy and sentenced to death in 2010. After years of legal battles and appeals, the Supreme Court of Pakistan overturned and the Asia Bibi's conviction in 2018, citing influence evidence. And however, her release was delayed due to the protest by the TLP, Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan, and threat from the religious hardliners who called for her execution. Even when these radical moves from the TLP, Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan 2018, were leading protests against her, my name was there. They issued the bounties of mine. And then what happened after her release? She was eventually allowed to leave Pakistan and seek asylum in Canada in May 2019.
she's
It,
now in Canada.
yes, she was settled in Canada. And I want to take you back, little back in the history. In 1992, Salamat Missing, 11 year, was charged along with the Manzoor Masih. He was 38 years old that time. Rahmat Masih, 44. In 1994, after leaving a hearing from the court, Manzoor Masih was shot and killed outside the
Hmm.
sorry. Manzoor Masih was shot and killed outside the district and session court, while Slamat and Rahmat was Masih sustained injuries but survived the attack. But on February uh, 23rd of February 1995, the charges of blasphemy against Slamat Masih and the Rahmat Masih was dismissed, and they were acquitted in
Hmm.
the end. Both Islamat Masih and Rahmat Masih had to leave Pakistan for the crime which was never committed at the Lahore High Court 1997. Justice um, Arif Iqbal Bhatti was assassinated in his
Hmm.
chamber.
Okay.
And in 2000, Muhammad Yunus Sheikh, a Pakistani doctor, was charged with the blasphemy and sentenced to death. And on November 2003, he was acquitted by the court. After his acquittal, uh, uh, Muhammad Yunus Sheikh fled Pakistan for the Europe. But it not stop only here with the one specific religious minority. You know about the Notanlal?
No, I'm not aware.
Notanlal in September 2019, an Hindu principal named Notanlal.
Hmm.
He had been accused of blasphemy by his own 15-year-old student.
Hmm.
The mob, the radical mob, I must say, demanded the arrest of Notanlal, resulting in the protest. Um, you know, that time, and later after the protest, the FIR was registered against the Notanlal, and unfortunately, the principal was apprehended by the Pakistani authorities, and the complaint was the 15 years old boy's father, Abdul Aziz Rajput, who alleged that the principal had made derogatory remarks concerning Islamic Prophet Muhammad, and the FIR was registered under Article 295C of
Mm-hmm.
Pakistan Penal Code that mandate that penalty.
Penalty. Okay.
So
So
uh,
I
during
just have one doubt there. Sorry for interrupting. When that school kid uh, accused his or her teacher of blasphemy, and the radical mob was attacking the school, or they were coming to the school, that mob could contain the parents of at least some of the kids who are studying in the same school.
it won't.
So they are from where they are coming?
Who the protest?
Yeah, the mob.
The protests were from all the school kids.
Okay,
And
by the school
what?
kids.
Yes,
Oh.
and the neighborhood. The what happened next day when the FIR was registered? The next morning, the mob in the Goat Key. The very next morning, when the FIR was registered, and the principal, Hindu principal, was arrested by the Pakistani authorities. The next day, the mob in the Godki had attacked three temples, Hindu temples, looted shop, targeted the school where Notan Lal was the principal, and vandalized multiple houses belongs to the Hindu community.
So the whole
This
thing was
was
started.
all. Sorry.
So this was whole started by the school kids themselves. The protest.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
No, not
And then
even the
when it
mob from outside.
when it comes to the court later, spending few years of his precious life in the elderly age, the court declared him acquitted him and declared him innocent. And then I want to take you more back in the history. 30th of June 2009, Bamniwala, a Christian neighborhood in the Kasur, Punjab, Pakistan. More than 110 Christian families were accused of blasphemy and forced to flee their homes for the fears of the attack by the Muslims from the neighboring villages. This is what we are facing since decades. And uh, 2009, 30th of July, Korea. Korea is a village next to the Gojra. During a wedding, nearly 40 perpetrators, uh, you know, were involved. There, Muslims who accused almost whole village, and there are more than 45 properties of Christian families who were accused of blasphemy.
Okay.
Their properties were attacked and arsonated by their own neighbors. And then exactly this this village was attacked July 30, 2009, and the 1st of August 2009, the Gojra incident happened in Punjab, and a very charged mob, but radical Islamic, they besieged the residential area and they set fire to the Christian homes, and because of the one person who is on his deathbed even until today here. I met him a couple of months back, and he is still seeking asylum, and there is no help for him for resettlement. Even on the attack which happened by this radical Islamic groups on the 1st August 2009, 9 women and children were burned alive in their own houses. And I want to share one more very important incident.
Please go on. Please go on.
15th of 15th of September 2009, the village in Sialkot, JTK, its village name JTK in Sialkot. A Christian boy, he was accused of blasphemy in early September 2009. He was arrested, apprehended, and put behind the bars by the authorities. His name was uh, Robert Massey. His complete name Robert uh, Panache Massey. Yes. His body was found hanging in the prison where he was detained by the authorities. And then later, the jail police, judicial police, they declared that it was a suicide. That was not a suicide. That was
Murder.
murder.
Okay.
Because that boy and the one Muslim girl, they fall in love each other. This was the punishment by the extreme radical groups. What happened last week?
Yeah.
Last week, against the Hindu community, 31% has been accused of committing blasphemy under Section 295. 31 Hindu from the all are from the Bhel community. Their caste is the Bhel, and from the Islam court, Harparkar, Interior Sindh, they were accused of blasphemy. So you you can imagine how the Sikh society is now. From 1986 until today, when we are talking, at least thousands of people end up their life with the charges of false blasphemy accusation.
So you are
Hindus.
Yeah. So you are fighting hard to stop this and to make some awareness on these.
Oof, we are struggling, sir. We're
Okay.
just trying to,
And how's the international communities from the part of UN, the media? social media? How
Media
are they
help.
helping you?
Media helps.
Hmm.
Media helps. International media, they highlight the issue, but the problem is the concerned authorities are not serious to take any serious action against these radical Islamists because they use them for their um,
Who
personal
are
gain.
these? Who are these concerned
Of
authorities?
course, the failed state Pakistan,
Okay. How about the UN? Because they were the people
UN,
who were be.
UN is hijacked. UN
Yeah,
is
that's what I
already.
was asking. Because
Yes.
back in 2022, we had seen a day when I think it's on March 15th that day was declared as an Islamophobia day by Imran Khan. So in your country, on one hand, you are seeing all the atrocities, which I would never call as Islamophobia, but it has Islamophrite is the right word that I would use. Islamofear or Islamophrite. You have to fear. So, with all these narrations that you are giving us regarding how this Islam is causing trouble to you and your community, the minorities, no one can say that that's an irrational fear. That's a rational fear. So even with that kind of incidents happening on one side, the same country, they were going to the UN Security Council and I think General Assembly, not the Security Council, General Assembly, and they were asking for a resolution over Islamophobia, and they were declaring that day as a day for Islamophobia. So how do you see that? Is that rule going to help you in any way? Your country is betraying you.
They are, of course, they are. Let's okay. Let me give you one clear picture. This law is used indiscriminately to target non-Muslims, citizens like Hindus and Christians, and the disputes over property,
Oh, oh.
money, and hostilities of all kinds, and the number of victims is even among the Muslims. And severely, militant Islamic groups use it, to attack one another because of their personal dispute and to settle the personal score. So,
Since yeah,
so please go
sorry,
ahead.
since you are a minority, a kafir minority as per Islamic law, and Pakistan is an Islamic country, uh, do you have to pay any kind of special taxes for being kafir, like dhimmi or the jizya kind of
Whole,
taxes?
whole country is paying the jizyas
Okay.
to the government. They
And
are whole
please let us know more about that. The kind of
whole
jizya.
country is.
You know what jizya is.
Yes, I know, but
Okay, how's that?
we are paying, giving our lives to them. This is what jizya we are paying. We are on
Uh,
exile.
okay. So no, I'm asking particularly about what is mentioned in Islam, like not figuratively. That do you have to pay anything extra just for being a kafir?
There are many extra charges in the shape of taxes, sir, extra electricity bills, extra housing, the groceries, and other. That is,
Just
of
for
course,
kafir?
yeah, not only all of. Oh, in Pakistan, every person is the kafir and the infidel for the
Uh,
government of Pakistan,
including Muslims there.
including Muslims.
Why is it so?
Every, uh, the person who is against your sector, they are infidel, kafir.
Okay,
Very simple.
that's how they see it.
It is.
Okay, so that's something against Islamic mentioning about what jizya is. It's only for not for the Muslims. It's for the kafirs, the jizya.
We are paying by giving our life to them. That is
Okay,
just
that I
that
understand. Okay,
that is
okay. So maybe in this modern era, it's not something that they can openly do. Maybe that's the reason why they are not doing anyway.
they are
Uh,
doing.
okay. So anyway, how the social media is helping you?
Yes, it creates awareness. It creates
Okay.
awareness to highlight the issues that we have seen.
Mm.
Um, for example, uh, the mob lynching that recently happened,
Mm-hmm.
so social media really help us to create awareness that what is happening in Pakistan against the minorities and its own people. Even
Mm.
no one is safe there.
Okay.
The mob lynching, I want to share with you even that factor
Mm-hmm.
is a very grave concern in Pakistan with
Mm.
the numerous incident where member of religious minorities have been subjected to mob violence.
Violence. Yeah.
Yeah, for example, in 2014, a Christian couple, Shama and Shahzad Masih, were burned alive in the brick kiln by the radical Islamic
Mm.
mob. They were accused of false blasphemy accusation. Despite such a brutal incident, perpetrators often face no accountability due to their power and their political pressure and their party relation with the high authorities. You remember Priyanka Kumara?
The Sri Lankan.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. He
Priyanka
was.
Kumara, he was murdered in 2021, a Sri
Yeah.
Lankan
Yeah.
national.
Yeah. I
He
had done a
just,
video over that.
yes, he just, came all the way from Sri Lanka to earn money to feed his family. But this TLP, radical Muslim mob, they lynched him,
Mm.
and the remains of his body was sent back to the family in Sri Lanka. We have seen uh, Lazar Masih
Mm-hmm.
on the morning of 25th of May. He just woke up, early as usual and swept area outside his house. And after disposing of the rubbish near the water pump, when he returned home, and an announcement was made from the nearby mosque by the Muslim person, his name Manzar Abbas.
Mm-hmm.
He was urging through the loudspeaker of mosque the resident to gather outside the homes of Lazar Nazir Masih and his son Sultan Masih,
Mm.
claiming that they had committed blasphemy by burning pages of the Quran. And a very large mob, approximately 2,000 TLP, Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan radical extremists, gather outside the Masih homes, armed with the rocks, stakes, and petrol pump. They were demanding that the family be put to death.
Mm.
And soon after, you have seen that videos of mob, their demand went viral on social media platform, which create awareness. And due to the sloppy police investigation and the pressure from the radical Islamic Party,
Mm.
a Muslim judge granted bail to at least 52 Muslims on 23rd of June 2024 within 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And this is what the law is in Pakistan. Even among those 52%, there was um, 3% who were named in the FIR.
Mm.
They were released. And no, this is injustice and brutality and the systematic genocide, as we already discussed.
Mentioned. Yeah.
Yes, and last year in the February 2023, a radical Muslim, a fully charged mob,
Mm.
they entered a police station located in Nankana Sahib in Punjab, and They grab a person who was accused of blasphemy. He was detained in the police station,
Yeah.
and this radical mob, they grab him, they drag him all the way from the police hand, and that radical mob lynched him, and um, his body was set on a fire by these radical Islams.
Okay.
And
So
then,
these, yeah. Please
sorry,
go on. Sorry. Please go on.
and that time um, the Shabazz Sharif, the chief minister of Punjab province. So he observed the situation and all that happened, and he ordered to investigate all that. But this person, Shabazz Sharif, he was observed in 2018 when he inaugurated a new OPD block at the Services Hospital, Lahore. That was named after the Ghazi Ilmodi, the same individual who killed Rajpal over an alleged blasphemy incident. So this raised really very serious question about the message that even Shabazz Sharif is the Prime Minister of Pakistan today when we are talking,
Yeah.
was sending message, by dedicating a building in the honor of murderer. If the building can be named after Ghazi Ilmodin, so who was responsible for committing murder in the name of blasphemy, then one could expect a building to also be named after Mumtaz Khatri, the murderer of Salman Taseer, who committed a very similar heinous act, and Khalid, who killed Ahmadi, a Muslim in Peshawar, in the presence of the judge in the court, and the charged mob that lynched Waris Ali in Nankana Sahib, and then um, the murder of Lazar Nazir Masih in Sargodha. After all of them, they committed the same act of killing an alleged blasphemer, according to their, teaching. And so this kind of hypocrisy is concerning, where on one hand there are, actions being taken for you and I to, watch, but on other hand, there
Helping
are
them.
tributes being paid by all these people.
So
And
that gives, so that leaves no hope for you to going
no, there
back
is
home.
no, of course, no, sir. And we
I,
seen just 2 weeks before on 20th of June, a tourist from Sialkot,
yeah, a Muslim
he
guy was
arrived
killed,
in
Sulaiman Khan.
Sawat, yeah, Midian. He,
Yeah.
he rented a room at this Skyways Hotel, and and we seen that on June 20, hotel guests began accusing that Muslim person of burning
Blasphemy.
pages of
Yeah.
Quran, and then we seen that we have witnessed that the situation turned a dangerous his mob lynching. When I reported
What?
that case on social media, there were millions of views, and then X terminate all my videos because of their rules and violation against their rule.
Oh, so you posted that video of that body getting burned?
Yes, most all the videos.
Okay.
There were
So,
almost 2,000 people who were there to lynch him. But the question is, how many were brought to justice? And later, recently, 2 3 days ago before, the investigation reveals that Uh, those three perpetrators, they are drug peddlers
Oh,
who commit this heinous act, who, those who murder him.
okay. I have another important question here. Um, does anyone in Pakistan loves their country, the home country, Pakistan? Like we do. We love India as a country. We are
Everyone,
patriotic.
everyone love their country, but the problem is the system and the people compel you to hate against your country, and the fail when the state is failed to protect you, when the state is not providing you the equal right, when there is injustice, there is no equality, definitely it
I-
hurts
Or,
you.
or is it this way that you have on one side a patriotic mindset? You might be having a lot of issues. You might be having a lot of things to do and to react in even in violent manners. But you will stop by yourself to not to cause a bad name to your country. At least that will happen. Okay. So when it comes to Pakistan, you have on one side patriotic ideals, and the other side you have a religion. So when these two comes face to face, the religion is taking an upper hand, and the patriotism is going down. So the people are unaware of their country getting tarnished in the international arena, where this country is now termed as a barbaric 6th century country where it is following some cult religion like Islam. Is it
It-
this way?
yes, you already answered this, so uh,
Okay,
you
to the
already
question.
answered. Yeah,
Okay, so it's a common pattern. It's not just in Pakistan. That's why I could answer that.
yes.
So even when we talk about this Sharia in UK, Sharia in France, Sharia in all these kind of proclamations and sloganeering happening over there, that they wanted to convert those countries, democratic secular countries, into Sharia ruled countries, just like what we see in Pakistan or in Afghanistan or in Bangladesh. And they are trying to convert these beautiful countries into uh, something like Pakistan or Afghanistan. Sorry for I am naming your country that way,
No, no, no,
but
no.
but we, even when I was a Muslim, or even when I'm present here, I don't want that to happen in my country, because now I know what Islam does to a country. So, do you have any message to any of the Muslims who might be listening to our video right now, uh, who are having a dream of converting India into an Islamic country and supporting some nasty organizations here who are trying to uh, sell their idea of converting India into an Islamic state by 2047 and all, like Popular Front of India? So, what's your message for them
My message is for them to please stop this nonsense,
of Islam?
because yeah, of the radical Islamic ideology.
Okay,
Because
radical.
yes, India needs to de-radicalize them. Those whom are following the footstep of Pakistan, Afghanistan, and their prophet. And this process should involve not only general public but everyone, those who wanted this, whether they are politicians. I've seen your politicians. They are very, they are politician, teachers, any special groups. Once your society is de-radicalized, then you can move further. But
Okay.
before that, the question arises here: is
Okay.
your own personal state is serious about de-radicalization or not? If not, unfortunately, these kind of ideologies will continue, will
Grow.
try to continue to occur in tragic manners, to This love jihad, that jihad, forced conversion, Islamization. This
Love
needs to
jihad.
stop normalization.
Do you have love
These,
jihad there
where?
in Pakistan?
Oh, they are not.
Huh?
They every Pakistani is love jihad. So
Okay, so you mean to say that's something that's happening there, love jihad?
they are actually this is the forced conversion is love jihad, sir.
Oh, okay.
What is this? This is they are doing exactly in the name of religion. So this is
Abducting girls, raping them, converting them.
yes, same happening.
Okay, so I think you have. We planned for 1 hour and 20 minutes maximum, and now we are almost 2 hours into this, and I think it's so late over there, and I don't want you to lose your sleep anymore. Like it's almost 12:30 there, right?
Oh, no problem, sir. It's
Oh, okay. So anyway, I'm very thankful to you for accepting our invitation and presenting all your experience, sharing all your experience here, and I think this will give a pretty good overview about what is going on in Pakistan, especially for the minority communities, and uh, if we could do something from our part to help you, even at least by sharing your experiences and helping to create some sort of awareness and to fight against these draconian laws of blasphemy, which even cost you your life. That's what we are trying to do, and I'm happy to be with you in this fight. And I just want to give you a small introduction to an event that is going to happen in India by the end of this year, that is in December. The date is not yet fixed, but maybe in the any time between after the second week of December, that might be coming out of that area, and it will be held in Delhi, New Delhi.
Mhm.
So we are bringing in people from all over the world who have faced persecutions from the part of Islam will have to be there and present their experience. And we are trying to create a voice which we are trying to present it to the UN and make it into an ongoing a campaign to eliminate these blasphemy laws from all over the world. That's what we are trying, and we are trying to initiate that process in India. So if you could,
But
by any
before elimination of the blasphemy law, as I already explained,
awareness,
need to de-radicalization,
yeah, definitely, yeah,
de-Islamization. Without de-radicalization and
just
de-Islamization, you cannot even touch these sections.
that's that's a very relevant point, and I think that will be taken seriously by our believers, especially. So, thank you so much for being with us today. And one final question: most of even our viewers were asking, that is about your name. You are having a name called Faraz, and you are a Christian, and that sounds like an Arabic name, something
No, no,
Islamic.
no. It's a Persian name. My name
Persian,
is
okay.
Faraz Pervaiz.
Uh-huh.
Faraz, it's a you know,
Mm,
my name is diverged from Persian
okay.
culture, and my father is actually poet. So the cultural name, it's
Okay.
don't see me in that way that I am a Christian person. Why my name is not David, Steve, or John?
That's what they were asking. So,
No, no, no.
so
I am born
so
a Christian
yeah,
since um, my forefather. They were converted
Persians.
before the partition.
So you were from
Missionary.
India. Your forefathers were from India.
Yes, they were in Punjab. So
Okay.
missionary approaches them. They
Okay.
converted missionaries from England. So then my
Okay.
forefathers they converted, and then since almost 8.5 decades, we are all Christian family country.
Okay. Do you have Christians over there with Arabic names?
Yes, most of the Christian cultural. This is the cultural name. It
Yeah.
makes no
Yeah.
difference.
And it's Arabic.
Names are our identity. given by our parents.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. See, these believers, they always mistake that for something that anything in Arabic means Islamic. That's their foolishness
No,
that I
no, no,
always
no.
say.
My name is not Islamic.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is something from them. That's what I was
Faraz,
asking.
Faraz means heights, heights.
Okay, okay.
Bulandi. In Hindi, if you say Bulandi.
Bulandi. Okay. So, and before leaving, do you have any? You mentioned about the solutions, and one important aspect that you were mentioning was to eliminate blasphemy law, and before that, to de-radicalize. So these are your two.
Elimination is not very easy as we are talking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I understand. So what's your
First,
plan
first
to
step,
find a
first
solution?
step. So first step is to de-radicalize.
Okay. Then.
Then you move ahead, forward to change abolition of the blasphemy law. Without
Okay.
de-radicalization, your
Okay.
society you cannot touch.
Okay. Then.
If you're directly going to touch this, notorious law, people are very easily they can accuse you, the blasphemer, and they kill you
Mob
on
lynching.
sight without any reason, without any argument, without any evidence. De-radicalization, sir,
Yeah, yeah.
de-Islamization.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. So these are the two
Without,
steps.
I'm sorry,
These are the two steps that is required if you wish to solve this big issue.
but the critical question is, sir, is your state is seriously, interested in de-radicalization or not?
Okay. Got it.
Their seriousness is very important
Right.
to address the root causes of the de-radicalization of radicalization, uh, pave the way for the meaningful legal firms.
Got it.
But the abolition of the law is necessary step, sir, but it should follow the comprehensive
Plan.
de-radicalization process, de-Islamization process, and immediately abolition without addressing the you know, underlying issues could lead to increase the violence and chaos.
Got it. Yeah. That sounds practical too as a solution.
This is what I learned after
Yeah.
all, you
Yeah,
know.
it's good. It's good to listen to you and to find that way of doing things. That means you have the first-hand experience of all these things, so it will be much more valuable when it comes from you. Okay. So, uh, do you have anything more to say us before winding up?
If you have any desire, any question relate to issues, I'm here,
Okay.
sir.
I think we have addressed almost everything that we had mentioned, including the Asia Bibi issue. I was about to ask you, even you mentioned it, even if without asking. So, the genocide we have gone through, and the response of the local authorities, like the police and the local, even the court, and even your the state bodies over there. Then international organizations like UN and other governments supporting you. You mentioned about that, and all other things, the false blasphemy accusations, mob lynching, everything that we have gone through, what we had shared. And thank you so much, because this is something so much comprehensive, as you said. So I think this will give a clear picture of the whole problem. And I think we can call it a day. How about that?
Thank you, sir.
So
All done.
thank you so much. Stay strong, stay safe, and we will meet again some
Sure.
other time. We'll discuss much more in detail pertaining to some particular incident if it happens. I always wish that don't happen, but we are expecting some, because
But
that's
Mr. Arif, I'm really sorry. It takes 1 year to,
okay. So
yeah,
you were
every
mentioning
year.
that. I was about to tell you that when you say that, yeah, social media is helping you a lot, and I had to wait 1 year to get you here.
I'm really sorry, sir.
Okay, granted. Okay, so it's okay. Like, um, I think we have enough and more incidents happened after I initially contacted you. So it gives even more a wider perspective now. So that's easy for us to discuss things. So 1 year ago, I won't be able to tell you something about the new Citizenship Act that got enacted in our country. I won't be able to say that. But now we have that. So if you had applied for an Indian citizenship before 2014, you could have be here. So that was one option. Now even you have other options. You can approach the government officials here if you wish to. So that's a great opportunity for you, because India is safe for minorities. That's what I would like to emphasize on, because that's something that is not portrayed outside the country. Especially here, some Hindu hegemony is going on and everything is in bad shape. That's a bullshit, that I would say. So we'll be in touch, and all the best wishes for your
Thank you.
endeavors. Okay, so thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Namaste. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was a wonderful experience, I would say. നമുക്ക് കുറച്ച് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഇനി മലയാളത്തിലൊന്ന് പറയാം, ജസ്റ്റ് ടു സം അപ്പ് വാട്ട് ഹി സെഡ്. കുറേ ആളുകൾ ഇവിടെ ചോദിക്കുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് പറഞ്ഞതെന്നുള്ളത്. സത്യം പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പറയാനുള്ളത് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിയുമ്പോൾ കേട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് അത് ഓർമ്മയിൽ വെക്കാൻ പോലും തോന്നാത്ത തരത്തിലുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് പറഞ്ഞു വെക്കുന്നത്. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് നമ്മളെപ്പോഴും പറയാറുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ തന്നെ. ഒരു സമൂഹം ഇസ്ലാമികവൽക്കരിക്കപ്പെട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കും എന്നുള്ളതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ഉള്ള ഏറ്റവും മികച്ച ഒരു എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷനാണ് ഇദ്ദേഹം ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് വെച്ച് തന്നത്. അത് കേട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരൊറ്റ മതവിശ്വാസി പോലും, ഇസ്ലാം മതവിശ്വാസി പോലും ഇസ്ലാമിനെ പഠിക്കില്ല എന്ന് തന്നെയാണ് എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത്. കാരണം ആ രീതിയിലാണ് കാര്യങ്ങൾ വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. നമ്മളെപ്പോഴും പറയാറുള്ളതുപോലെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇസ്ലാമിൽ വിശ്വസിക്കാം, മുഹമ്മദ് നബിയിൽ വിശ്വസിക്കാം, സ്പിരിച്വലി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എൻലൈറ്റൻഡ് ആയിട്ട് നടക്കാം, അതിലൊന്നും ഒരു പ്രശ്നവുമില്ല. പക്ഷേ ഈ വിശ്വാസം അത് നിങ്ങൾ പൊതുജനമധ്യത്തിലേക്ക് എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ, അത് നിങ്ങളുടെ അണ്ടർവെയറിൻ്റെ പോക്കറ്റിൽ നിന്ന് പുറത്തേക്ക് എടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, അത് സമൂഹത്തിൽ അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യാൻ തുടങ്ങിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, അത് മറ്റുള്ള ആളുകളുടെ ജീവിതത്തിനെയും ബാധിക്കുന്ന ഒരവസ്ഥയിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടെത്തിച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, ഇവിടെ ഇപ്പോൾ ഫറാസൊക്കെ നേരിട്ട പോലെയുള്ള ആ വിഷയങ്ങൾ അത് നമ്മൾ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ കാണും. അതാണ് ഇവിടെ കണ്ടുവരുന്നത്. ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് സത്യം പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ബംഗാളിലെ ആ ഇഷ്യൂ സംബന്ധിച്ചിട്ട് ഒരു ചെറിയ വീഡിയോ ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചായിരുന്നു. പക്ഷേ ഇനിയിപ്പോൾ അത് നടക്കില്ല, കാരണം ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് 11 o'clock. അപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു ഇത് ചേർത്ത് പറയാമെന്നാണ് ഞാൻ വിചാരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇന്ന് നമ്മളവിടെ കണ്ടത് അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു ഇൻസിഡൻ്റാണ്. അതായത് തൃണമൂൽ കോൺഗ്രസിൻ്റെ ഒരു നേതാവ് അവിടെ നിന്നിട്ട് പറയുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളും, അവിടെ ആ ഒരു ആൻറ്റി സോഷ്യലാണ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് ഇസ്ലാമിക നിയമം നടപ്പിലാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ശ്രമിച്ചപ്പോൾ കണ്ട കാഴ്ചയാണ് അവിടെ കണ്ടത്. നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിൽ ഒരു നിയമവ്യവസ്ഥിതി ഉണ്ട് എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ ബൈപ്പാസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് പാരലലായിട്ടൊരു സിസ്റ്റം ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് എന്നിട്ട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുന്നൊരു അപ്രോച്ചാണ് ഇവിടെ എപ്പോഴും നമ്മളിതിൽ കാണാറുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് നമ്മൾ സൂക്ഷിക്കേണ്ട ഒരു വിഷയമാണ്. ഇത് നമ്മളെപ്പോഴും സൂക്ഷിക്കേണ്ട ഒരു വിഷയമാണെന്നാണ് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു വെക്കുന്നത്. കാരണം അങ്ങനെ മാറിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വെസ്റ്റ് ബംഗാളിൽ സംഭവിച്ച കാര്യം ഇന്ത്യയിൽ ഏത് അങ്ങാടിയിൽ വേണമെങ്കിലും സംഭവിക്കാം. കാരണം എന്താണ്, അതിൻ്റെ പിന്നിൽ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്ന യന്ത്രം അത് ഇസ്ലാം ആയതുകൊണ്ട് ആ യന്ത്രം ആര് പ്രവർത്തിപ്പിച്ചാലും അതിൻ്റെ ഔട്ട്കം ഇതേ ഔട്ട്കം തന്നെയായിരിക്കും എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നമ്മൾ കണ്ടത്. ഇത് തന്നെയാണ് ഫറാസ് ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് ഇത്ര നേരവും കൊണ്ട് പറഞ്ഞു തന്നത്. പക്ഷെ അദ്ദേഹം പറയുമ്പോൾ അതിനൊരു ഡിഫറൻസ്, ഒരു വലിയ ഡിഫറൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഞാൻ പോലും കേട്ടിട്ട് അന്താളിച്ച് നിന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഇപ്പോൾ കാശ്മീർ ഫയൽസ് സിനിമ ഇറങ്ങിയ സമയത്ത് നമ്മൾ കേട്ട ഏറ്റവും വലിയൊരു വാദമുണ്ട്. കാശ്മീരി പണ്ഡിറ്റുകളെ അവിടെ ആ കൂട്ടക്കൊല നടത്തുന്ന സമയത്ത് കുറച്ച് മുസ്ലിങ്ങൾ സഹായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, അവരെക്കുറിച്ച് എന്താ പറയാത്തത് എന്നാണ് ചോദിച്ചത്. നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞു അവരെക്കുറിച്ച് ചില സൂചനകളൊക്കെ ആ സിനിമയിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്ന് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞു. പക്ഷേ അതുപോലും അങ്ങനെ ഒരു വിരലിൽ എണ്ണാവുന്ന തരം ഒരു എണ്ണം പോലും ആളുകൾ ഇവിടെ ഫറാസിനെ രക്ഷിക്കാൻ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇന്നിപ്പോൾ അവിടെ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ആ പെർസിക്യൂഷൻ നേരിട്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ആളുകളെ രക്ഷിക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഒരു മുസ്ലിം പോലും മുന്നോട്ട് വന്നിട്ടില്ല, മുന്നോട്ട് വരാറില്ല എന്ന് നമ്മളിവിടെ പറയുന്നത് കേട്ടു. അതേപോലെ ഇത് ചെയ്യുന്നത് അനിസ്ലാമികമാണ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് ഫോഴ്സ്ഡ് കൺവേർഷൻ ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, റേപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നതായിക്കോട്ടെ, തട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടു പോകുന്നതായിക്കോട്ടെ, എന്നിട്ടത് മറച്ചു വെക്കുന്നതായിക്കോട്ടെ, ആ പെൺകുട്ടികളെ പിന്നെ പൊടിയിട്ടാൽ പോലും കാണില്ല എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ അവർക്ക് ആ ഫാമിലിക്ക് എന്നേക്കുമായിട്ട് നഷ്ടപ്പെടുകയാണ്. അതായത് ഇസ്ലാമിക തട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടുപോകൽ എന്ന് തന്നെ നമുക്ക് വിളിക്കാവുന്ന സാധനമാണ് അവിടെ നടക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ വിചാരിക്കും ഇതൊക്കെ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇസ്ലാമികമായിട്ട് ശരി? മുഹമ്മദ് നബി ചെയ്ത കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് ഇതൊക്കെ. ഗോത്രങ്ങൾ വളയുന്നു, എന്നിട്ട് അതിൽ നിന്നുള്ള ആളുകളെ പിടിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് പോകുന്നു. ഇന്ന് അത് കുറച്ചും കൂടി മോഡേണൈസ് ചെയ്ത് ഇതേപോലെ ഒരുമിച്ച് 100 പേരെ തട്ടിക്കൊണ്ട് പോകുന്നതിന് പകരം ഓരോരോ ആളുകളെ തട്ടിക്കൊണ്ട് പോകുന്നു. അതാണ് അവിടെ നടക്കുന്നത്. അത്രേ വ്യത്യാസമുള്ളൂ, ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഒരേ കാര്യം തന്നെയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അതിനുള്ള ബാക്കിംഗ് ഉള്ളതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് ഒരു മൊല്ലാക്ക പോലും എണീറ്റ് വന്ന് നിന്നിട്ട് ഇത് അനിസ്ലാമികമാണ്, ഇത് ചെയ്യരുത് കൂട്ടരെ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മൾ കാണുന്നില്ല. ഇതാണ് ഫറാസ് ഇവിടെ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്തത്. നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടു, ഒരു മുസ്ലിം പോലും സഹായിക്കാൻ വന്നിട്ടില്ല. അതേപോലെ എയർപോർട്ടിൽ വെച്ചിട്ട് അവിടെ ലൗഞ്ചിൽ ഇരിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഒരു മുൻപരിചയവും ഇല്ലാത്ത ഒരാൾ തന്നെ പാകിസ്ഥാനിയായിട്ടുള്ള ആ ആള് തന്നെ മതം മാറ്റാൻ വേണ്ടി ശ്രമിക്കുന്ന കാഴ്ച അത് അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞു. അത് പറഞ്ഞ സമയത്ത് സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും നിങ്ങളുടെ മതത്തിൽ, അതായത് ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു ക്രിസ്ത്യാനിയോട് ഒരു മുസ്ലിം സംസാരിക്കുമ്പോൾ എം അക്ബറൊക്കെ ചെയ്യുന്നത് കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. ഇസ്ലാം മതത്തിൻ്റെ മേന്മ പറയുകയും സംസാരിക്കുന്ന വ്യക്തി, കൺവേർട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി ശ്രമിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന വ്യക്തി, ആ മറ്റേ വ്യക്തിയുടെ മതം, ആ മതത്തിൻ്റെ കൊള്ളരുതായ്മകൾ, അതിലെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ, അതിലെ കേടുകൾ, അതല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിലെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ ചൂണ്ടിക്കാണിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ മതമാണ് മുന്തിയത് എന്ന് പറയാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുമ്പോൾ സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും ഒരു ഫ്രീ സ്പീച്ചിൽ വിശ്വസിക്കുന്ന ഒരാളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം തിരിച്ചുള്ള ചോദ്യം വരും. അങ്ങനെ വരുന്ന സമയത്ത് അത് ഒരു വലിയൊരു അക്യൂസേഷനായിട്ട് മാറ്റി ബ്ലാസ്ഫമി അവിടെ ആരോപിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് അയാളെ പിന്നെ ഫ്രെയിം ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി നടക്കുന്ന കാഴ്ചയാണ് പിന്നെ നമ്മൾ കണ്ടത്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളോട് നമ്മൾ എപ്പോഴും ചോദിക്കാറുള്ള ഒരു കാര്യമാണ്, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവരെയും വിമർശിക്കാം, തിരിച്ചൊരു വിമർശനം വരുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അത് ഉൾക്കൊള്ളാൻ കഴിയുന്നില്ല, കളിയാക്കിയേ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് നിലവിളിക്കുക എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അതെന്ത് ഏർപ്പാടാണ് എന്ന് നമ്മൾ ചോദിക്കുന്നതാണ്. ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ ഫറാസിലൂടെ കേട്ടത് അതാണ്, അവിടെ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന കാര്യം ഇത് തന്നെയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഇതുപോലെയുള്ള ഓരോ വിഷയവും നമ്മൾ എടുത്ത് പരിശോധിക്കുകയാണ് എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഫറാസ് പറഞ്ഞത് ഒറ്റ കാര്യം എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളൂ, നിങ്ങളത് നിലവിലത്തെ സാഹചര്യത്തിൽ ആ ഫറാസ് പറഞ്ഞ കാര്യങ്ങൾ അപ്പാടെ നിങ്ങൾ എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നിങ്ങളുടെ തൊട്ടടുത്തുള്ള അയൽവാസിയായ മുസ്ലിമിനെ പോലെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അവിശ്വസിക്കേണ്ടി വരും എന്നതാണ് ഫറാസ് ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞു വെച്ചത്. കാരണം എന്താണ്, ഫറാസ് നേരിട്ടത് അതാണ്. ഫറാസിൻ്റെ അയൽവക്കത്തുള്ള ആളുകൾ ഫറാസിനെ സംരക്ഷിച്ചിട്ടില്ല. ഫറാസിൻ്റെ ചുറ്റുമുള്ള മതവിശ്വാസികൾ ഒരാൾ പോലും സഹായിക്കാൻ വന്നിട്ടില്ല. അടുത്തുള്ള ഒരു അയൽവാസി പോലും സഹായിച്ചതായിട്ട് അവിടെയുള്ള ഒരു മൈനോറിറ്റിക്ക് പോലും പറയാനൊരു കഥയില്ല. ഇതാണ് ഫറാസ് അവിടെ പറഞ്ഞു വെക്കുന്നത്. അതുകൂടാതെ തൻ്റെ പള്ളിയിൽ, ക്രിസ്ത്യൻ പള്ളിയിൽ അതിനോട് ചേർന്നുള്ള ആ സൗകര്യം അത് ഉപയോഗിക്കുകയും അവിടെ വന്ന് സാമ്പത്തികമായ സഹായമൊക്കെ കൈപ്പറ്റിക്കൊണ്ട് ജീവിച്ചു പോന്നിരുന്നൊരു സ്ത്രീയാണ് ഫറാസിൻ ആണ് ഇവിടെ ഉള്ളത് എന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിട്ട് ഫറാസിൻ്റെ ആ ലൊക്കേഷൻ ഡിസ്ക്ലോസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് ആളുകളെ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് കടന്നു വരും, അവനിവിടെ ഒളിച്ചിരിപ്പുണ്ട് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് അറ്റാക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ അവിടെ വഴിയൊരുക്കിയ വ്യക്തി അതൊരു സ്ത്രീയായിരുന്നു. നമ്മളിവിടെ പറയുന്നത് കേട്ടും. അതേപോലെ ഒരു സ്കൂളിൽ ഒരു ഹെഡ് മാഷ് മതനിന്ദ നടത്തിയെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് പരാതി ഉന്നയിച്ചത് ഒരു കുട്ടി ആദ്യം പ്രകടനമായിട്ട് ഇറങ്ങിയത് അതേ സ്കൂളിലെ കുട്ടികൾ തന്നെയാണ്, ആരുമല്ല. നിങ്ങൾ തീരുമാനിക്കുക, ഇതുപോലെയുള്ള നിയമങ്ങൾ എടുത്തു വെച്ച് അത് ഇതുപോലെ പ്രശ്നവൽക്കരിച്ച് അതിൻ്റെ പേരിൽ ഒരാളെ തല്ലിക്കൊല്ലാൻ പോലുമുള്ള അവസരം ഉണ്ടാക്കി വെക്കുന്ന അവസ്ഥയെ നമ്മൾ ഭീകരവാദം എന്ന് തന്നെയല്ലേ വിളിക്കേണ്ടത്. ഇതാണ് ജിഹാദ്. ആ ജിഹാദിനെ എതിർക്കാൻ മുസ്ലിങ്ങളിൽപ്പെട്ട ആളുകൾ മുന്നോട്ട് വരുന്നില്ല. അതിനെ തുറന്ന് എതിർക്കേണ്ട ആളുകൾ ജിഹാദ് ഒരു ജിഹാദേ അല്ല, എൻ്റെ ജിഹാദ് ഇങ്ങനെയല്ല എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് നടക്കുന്ന നിഷ്കളങ്കരായിട്ട് മാറിക്കൊണ്ട് മുസ്ലിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇതിനെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ട ഒരു ബാധ്യത കൂടി വെച്ച് തരുന്നൊക്കെയാണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ കണ്ടത്. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ ചർച്ച നിങ്ങൾ കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ ഇന്ത്യയിലിരുന്നിട്ട് വളരെ സുരക്ഷിതമായിട്ടുള്ള, അതായത് മുസ്ലിങ്ങളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം സ്വർഗം, ഇന്നൊരു സ്വർഗമുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് മുസ്ലിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇന്ത്യയാണ് എന്ന ഒരു പൂർണ്ണ ബോധ്യത്തോടു കൂടി മാത്രം നിങ്ങളിത് കേൾക്കുക. ഇല്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടെ മുസ്ലിങ്ങളുടെ അവസ്ഥ വളരെ പരിതാപകരമാകും എന്നതാണ് എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത്. കാരണം ഇത് കേട്ടുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് തന്നെ തോന്നി ഇത് പുറത്തെത്തിയാൽ എന്തായിരിക്കും ഇതിൻ്റെ പ്രശ്നം എന്നാണ് ഞാനും ആലോചിച്ചു പോയത്. കാരണം നമ്മൾ പറയുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ ആണ് സത്യത്തിൽ ഫറാസ് ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞു വെച്ചത്. മുസ്ലിങ്ങളെ കുടിച്ച വെള്ളത്തിൽ വിശ്വസിക്കാൻ കൊള്ളില്ല എന്ന വാദം ബലപ്പെടും, നമ്മളെപ്പോഴും പറയാറുള്ളതാണ്. അത് ബലപ്പെടാനുള്ള സാഹചര്യം ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടാകും. അത് ഉണ്ടാകാതെ നോക്കേണ്ട ബാധ്യത മുസ്ലിങ്ങൾക്കാണ് എന്ന് നമ്മളെപ്പോഴും പറയാറുണ്ട്. അവിടെ പാകിസ്ഥാനിൽ അവിടുത്തെ മൈനോറിറ്റി അവിടെയുള്ള മുസ്ലിങ്ങളെ കുടിച്ച വെള്ളത്തിൽ വിശ്വസിക്കാറില്ല എന്നാണ് ഫറാസ് ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞു വെച്ചത്. എന്തുകൊണ്ട് വിശ്വസിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല, വിശ്വസിക്കാൻ കൊള്ളില്ല എന്നത് തന്നെയാണ്. അതാണ് ഫറാസ് ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു തന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് ഒരു വലിയ ഒരു വിഷയം തന്നെയാണ്. അത് നമ്മൾ കൂടുതൽ ചർച്ച ചെയ്യേണ്ട ഒരു വിഷയമായിട്ട് വരും കാലങ്ങളിൽ. ഇതിൽ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ മുന്നോട്ടിറങ്ങി പ്രവർത്തിക്കേണ്ട ആളുകൾ ആര് എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇവിടുത്തെ രാഷ്ട്രീയ നേതൃത്വം തന്നെയാണ്. അവർ ഇതിൽ സൂചിപ്പിച്ച പോലെ ആ ഡീറാഡിക്കലൈസേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന കാര്യത്തിന് വലിയ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് കൊടുത്ത് അതിനിറങ്ങി തിരിച്ചാലല്ലാതെ ഈ പ്രശ്നത്തെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പരിഹരിക്കാൻ കഴിയില്ല. ഡീറാഡിക്കലൈസേഷൻ നടക്കണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ആദ്യം ചെയ്യേണ്ട കാര്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഈ മതവിമർശനം, ഫ്രീ സ്പീച്ചിനെ അപ്ഹോൾഡ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് അതിനുവേണ്ട എല്ലാ സാഹചര്യവും ഇവിടെ ഒരുക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് ആ രീതിയിൽ ഈ സംഗതിയെ അവിടെ പ്രോത്സാഹിപ്പിക്കുക, മതവിമർശനം വ്യാപകമാക്കുക എന്ന് തന്നെയാണ് ഞാനതിൽ പറഞ്ഞു വെക്കുക. ഏതായാലും ഫറാസ് പറഞ്ഞത് മറ്റൊരു രീതിയും കൂടിയാണ് അവിടെ വന്നത്. ആദ്യം ഡീറാഡിക്കലൈസേഷൻ, അതിനുശേഷം അവിടെ ബ്ലാസ്ഫമി നിയമം എടുത്തു കളയുന്നത് ഉൾപ്പെടെയുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ പറയുന്നു. അത് ഒരു കാര്യം തന്നെയാണ്, നമ്മൾ സമ്മതിക്കുന്നു. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ അനുഭവത്തിൻ്റെ വെളിച്ചത്തിൽ അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞു വെച്ച കാര്യമാണ്. എന്തു തന്നെയായാലും ഇന്ത്യയിൽ അടിയന്തരമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യേണ്ട കാര്യം ഇസ്ലാമിനെ വിമർശിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് അവിടെ ഒരു പ്രൊട്ടക്ഷൻ ഫോഴ്സ് അവിടെ വരുന്നത് നമ്മൾ കാണാറുണ്ട്. ഗണപതിയെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മിത്താണെന്ന് പറയാം, അള്ളാഹുവിനെ മിത്താണെന്ന് പറയാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നില്ല എന്നൊരു പ്രശ്നം ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ട്. അത് അവസാനിപ്പിച്ചേ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. അത് എല്ലാവർക്കും അങ്ങോട്ടും ഇങ്ങോട്ടും പറയാൻ സാധിക്കണം. ഇവിടെ അദ്ദേഹം തന്നെ ക്രിക്കറ്റ് കളിയുടെ വിഷയം പറഞ്ഞു. ക്രിക്കറ്റ് കളി പാകിസ്ഥാനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം ഒരു എന്താ പറയുക മതപ്രചരണ പദ്ധതി മാത്രമാണെന്നാണ് ഇദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞു വെക്കുന്നത്. യൂസഫ് യുഹാനെക്കുറിച്ച് നമ്മൾ ചോദിച്ചു. അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞു അദ്ദേഹം ക്രിസ്ത്യാനിയായിരുന്നു, അദ്ദേഹം ഇസ്ലാമിലേക്ക് കൺവേർട്ട് ചെയ്തു, അതിന് കാരണം പണമായിരുന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് അവിടെ പറഞ്ഞു. ഇത് സംഭവിക്കുന്ന കാര്യം തന്നെയാണ്. ഇങ്ങനെ വിവിധ വിഷയങ്ങൾ നമ്മളിവിടെ നിന്ന് അഡ്രസ്സ് ചെയ്തു. അദ്ദേഹം ഈ തട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നതിൻ്റെ പാറ്റേണിനെക്കുറിച്ചും അതുപോലെ പല പല കാര്യങ്ങളും ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വീണ്ടും ആവർത്തിച്ച് കേൾക്കാം. ഇത് ലൈവ് കഴിയുമ്പോൾ അതിനകത്ത് സബ് ടൈറ്റിൽസ് വരും. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കൂടുതൽ വിശദമായിട്ട് മനസ്സിലാക്കി അത് കാണാൻ സാധിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ഇതൊക്കെയാണ് ലോകത്ത് നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന യാഥാർത്ഥ്യങ്ങൾ. ഈ യാഥാർത്ഥ്യങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തി എന്നുള്ള നിലയ്ക്കാണ് നമുക്ക് ഇസ്ലാമിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ഈ ഒരു ബോധ്യത്തോടു കൂടി അതിനെ എതിർക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് സാധിക്കുന്നത്. ഇതിവിടെ വന്നാൽ ഒരു ആപത്താണ് എന്ന് ഒരു പൂർണ്ണമായ ഒരു തിരിച്ചറിവ് നമുക്കുള്ളത് കൊണ്ടാണ് അത് ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത് ഇത്രയേ ഉള്ളൂ. നിങ്ങൾ ഇത് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ ശ്രമിക്കണം. അന്ധമായിട്ട് ഇത് ഇസ്ലാമിൻ്റെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളും ഇസ്ലാമിലെ കുഴപ്പങ്ങളും ഇസ്ലാമിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെ വരുന്ന ഇസ്ലാമിക തീവ്രവാദികൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ച് നമ്മൾ പറയുമ്പോൾ അത് മുസ്ലിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേദനിക്കുമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ള ആ ഒരു നിലവിളിയും അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു നിലപാടും അത് നിങ്ങൾ അവസാനിപ്പിച്ചാലല്ലാതെ ഇസ്ലാമിൻ്റെ വിഷയങ്ങൾ നമുക്ക് അഡ്രസ്സ് ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അതെല്ലാവരും ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു നിലയിലേക്ക് വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവിടെ സംഖ്യയും വളരില്ല. ഇതാണ് നമുക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത്. സംഖ്യ വളരുന്നതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാണല്ലോ ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മളിതൊന്നും ചെയ്യാതിരിക്കുന്നത്. സംഖ്യ വളരാതിരിക്കണം എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ലോകം നമ്മളെ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്നത് ഈ വിഷയത്തെ അഡ്രസ്സ് ചെയ്താൽ മതി. എല്ലാവരും അഡ്രസ്സ് ചെയ്യുക. സംഖ്യയ്ക്ക് പിന്നെ മാത്രമായിട്ട് അഡ്രസ്സ് ചെയ്യേണ്ട ഒരു അവസ്ഥ ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു അവസ്ഥ ഉണ്ടാക്കാതെ നോക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യേണ്ടതെന്ന് നമ്മളെപ്പോഴും പറയാറുള്ളത്. അത് തന്നെ ഇവിടെ ഇദ്ദേഹം പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ ഒന്ന് വൈൻഡപ്പ് ചെയ്യാണ്. എന്തായാലും നാളെ TG മോഹൻദാസുമായിട്ടുള്ള ചർച്ചയാണ് നമ്മൾ പദ്ധതി ഇട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അതുണ്ടാവും നാളെ 8 മണിക്കാണത്. അപ്പോൾ നാളെ നമുക്ക് ആ ഒരു ലൈവുമായിട്ട് കാണാം. അതുവരേക്കും എല്ലാവർക്കും നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം. പിന്നെ ഈ ഒരു വീഡിയോ, ഇതിൻ്റെ പൂർണ്ണമായ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ അത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇതിൽ കാണാം. അത് നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടതിന് ശേഷം നിങ്ങളുടെ അഭിപ്രായങ്ങൾ രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുക. ഇത് ഞാൻ ഈ വീഡിയോ കട്ട് ചെയ്തിടുന്ന സമയത്ത് അത് മറ്റൊരു വീഡിയോ ആയിട്ട് അതിൻ്റെ കൂടെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറ്റാച്ച് ചെയ്ത് കാണാം. കാരണം ഈ നമ്മൾ വെസ്റ്റ് ബംഗാളിൽ നടന്നൊരു വിഷയവുമായി കൂട്ടിച്ചേർത്താണ് ഞാൻ ഈ ഒരു വിഷയം ഇന്നിപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞു വെക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ എന്തായാലും നാളെ നമുക്ക് വീണ്ടും കാണാം. അതുവരേക്കും എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരു നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം, ഗുഡ് നൈറ്റ്. നമ്മൾ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്ത ആളുകളോട് വലിയ സന്തോഷം, നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. തുടർന്നും നിങ്ങളുടെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ഉണ്ടാവും എന്ന് ഞാനിവിടെ അറിയിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മളിവിടെ നിർത്തുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാവർക്കും ഗുഡ് നൈറ്റ്, ശുഭരാത്രി. നമ്മളെ വീഡിയോ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ആളുകൾ ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് ചെയ്ത് നമ്മൾ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുക. മറ്റു രീതിയിൽ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്ന ആളുകൾക്ക് അതിൻ്റെ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ് ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷനിലുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഓരോ ലൈക്കും ഷെയറും അതുപോലെ കമൻ്റ് ഇടുന്നതും ഇതിൽ ഈ വീഡിയോ അതിൻ്റെ താഴെ വരുന്ന കമൻറ്റുകൾക്ക് നിങ്ങൾ പ്രതികരിക്കുന്നതെല്ലാം തന്നെ വീഡിയോയുടെ റീച്ച് കൂടുന്നതിന് വലിയ തോതിൽ ഉപകാരപ്പെടുന്ന സംഗതിയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് അതിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ഏർപ്പെടണം എന്നും കൂടി ഞാൻ അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുകയാണ്. മറ്റുള്ള രീതിയിലുള്ള സപ്പോർട്ട് തുടർന്നും നിങ്ങളുടെ ഭാഗത്തുനിന്നുണ്ടാവും എന്ന് പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കുന്നു.